Hello everyone, it's been some time since I last uploaded. Apologies for that. Like I said in my last video, which was kind of 6 months between videos, life does tend to get in the way. I've got a bit of spare time, and as we're entering a new format, I thought I would do my take on what I will be playing in this format. Obviously it's going to be Spright / tier / Exo sister format potentially with loads of other viable decks, but this is my take. I know people are still figuring out the build at the moment, which is the best variant. I think this is the best variant personally. I will be a bit biased because it does have frogs in it, spoiler. I've not played too many tournaments with it so far. I've only played one, 3 wins, 2 losses. Unfortunately lost in time 1 match due to activating starter. I thought I had enough time to be able to get my opponent on the crackback, but unfortunately didn't quite happen that way. But this is my take. Like I said, you know, if you're able to shell out for a Spright core, I think it's fairly affordable. There'll be one notable card that I'm missing because I can't afford it at the moment, but I like this variant. So without further ado, let's get into it. We'll start with the main deck first. So, of course, you're playing 3 Spright Blue. You know, card is nuts and it looks really nice as well. If you don't know what Spright Blue does, if you special summon it from the hand, you can search for any Spright card, one Spright monster, and add it from your deck to your hand. The interesting thing about the Sprights are that they just summon from hand, a bit like a Cyber Dragon does. They don't activate in hand to summon. It's caught a few people out so far, whilst obviously people get used to the new cards. But yeah, they literally just chuck themselves out into the field. It's such a good card. Not much more you can say about blue, really. And then we're playing 3 Jet. This is the Spell and Trap Searcher. Of course, we don't have any traps for Sprites yet. That's coming in Darkwind Blast. But again, another really good card. Funny thing, you might well have seen it or you might not. Some people were trying to sell this for £20 at one point. I think they were trying to get in on that branded opening hype, trying to get the super rare. Really expensive. I think it's calmed down a bit now. It's like 1 a box, or 1 every other box. Again, yeah, Spell and Trap Searcher. You can use it offensively, defensively. You know, if you can in a position to bring this out during your opponent's turn to search for the follow-up starter, that's pretty good. So these ratios, I know people are trying with different ratios. I'm going for 2 red, 1 carrot. Obviously, you know, every card is uber searchable. There's nothing wrong with running 2 carrots. Sometimes, you know, it's not optimal to be normal summoning this if that is your normal summon. I might try 2 and 2 in the future, but I quite like 2 and 1. Obviously, red being the monster negate, and this is the Spell and Trap negate. I like this ratio at the moment. It's not really done me any disservice as of yet. So that's it for the Spright monsters. I'm not running Pixies. I do think Pixies is a good card in its own right. Probably not good enough to be played in a deck. I feel like having a searchable archetypal honest, if you like, is pretty good. But at this point in time, I'm not currently running it. I think maybe for a surprise factor going forward, it could be good. But at the moment, it's not currently made the final cut. So I'll go through all the Spright cards first. Obviously, so they're the monsters. So I did 3 starters and 1 smashers. I've seen some people don't play smashers. I think most people do, but I've seen some people don't. I think it's a really good card. It's good to get rid of mine and general annoying cards. And obviously starter is just to summon any Spright from the deck, take its attack value as damage. What more could you say? Like I said, you know, starter can be used offensively and offensively during your opponent's turn. If you've opened multiple or opened 1 already and Jet, you know, you can search 1 just to get the missing colour that you need. Yeah. So we'll do the engine cards now. So I'm running 3 swap. Now, again, another contentious. I know some people are running 1 Ronin. I'm running 2. I'm also still running the 1 Duke Frog. I know some people have cut Dupe. I feel like it's too good to not summon off the Totally Awesome during the standby phase. The reason for 2 Ronin, yes, it is a brick, but it's not really, you know, it is a level 2. If it was like a level 1, then yeah. But but it's not, it's level 2, so you can just normal summon it if you absolutely have to, and then summon the sprites that way. I'm in the mirror, I managed to crow someone's Ronin, and that was it. That was their toad offline at that point until they could get 2 swaps on the field. I think having a second Ronin is important, just in case someone is main decking crow, or sides crow specifically. And then I personally have gone for the deep sea diva route. My extra deck will explain that a bit more. I like Nimble Beaver. If I might even choose to run 2 and 2 at one point. Again, they're both normal summon reliant, so they do conflict, but I like this because it gives you access to Hulk whilst Hulk is still around. When Hulk inevitably does get banned, I probably will swap to Nimble Beaver, but for now it will be Diva for me. If anyone doesn't know what Diva does, when you normal summon it, you special another one level for a lower sea serpent, so you just summon another copy, and then you've got, you know, 1 monster and 1 tuner to be able to go into Hulk. And then this is very hand trap heavy, so I'll go through the hand traps first, and I'll go through the spells that I'm running. So I class Imperm as a hand trap because you can activate it from the hand. So I'm going for 3 Imperm, 3 Ogre. So I learnt the value of Ogre last Friday. Ogering the gigantic Spright, if they haven't got the red negate, can be absolutely crippling. Because as I didn't actually know to begin with, ashamedly, gigantic Spright doesn't detach for cost. So when it activates its effects, if you chain Ogre, it won't resolve. It's same again on, it's just crippling. If you've got no more extenders, that can pretty much be your turn over. Ogre's really good. It's also good against, well, I'll say it's really good. It's good against tiers to a point. They will get the mill effect, however, it does clear the body. And plus it's good against anyone still playing Brave and other decks. I think it's really good at this point in time. I'm also playing 3 Ash, because you kind of have to. I am maining 3 DD Crow at the moment. I don't know if I will continue to main 3 DD Crow, but it's good at the moment. It's good in the mirror. It's good against tier. It's good against any rogue deck that look like the Graveyard. Not so good against Exorcisters because that will just turn their effects online, but it's really good in mirror. It's not once per turn either. I was trying Ghost Spell, but however, obviously being once per turn, if you have multiple Crow, you can use multiple Crow, whereas Ghost Spell you can't. It's also good against the few branded variant and players that are still roaming around as well. And I'm also main decking Gamma and Driver. We have to main the Driver if you want to play the Gamma. It's really good in case you lose a dice roll, and it's a level 2, and obviously that will go into the fact I'm playing 2 E-Telly. You know, it could just be a free way to get level 2 out on the field. I was running 3. I might put it back up to 3. I've tried to keep the card count as close to 40 as I can, so I've had to cut 1 E-Telly, but it's really good to get to get this out, or even to get a Ogre out before you get restricted to level, rank, or link 2s, just for the Hulk play as well if you have to. And I am actually playing 3 triple tactic talents as well. There's a lot of hand traps going around at the moment. It's just good to either draw 2, or if you're degenerate like myself, I'm playing a hand rip variant of Spright. So if your opponent's already done 2 hand traps, you could just rip one out of their hand, and hopefully you've got enough to make the boards do the hand rip, which is what I do, and I'll show you what that is if you don't know in a second when I go through the extra deck. But that is the main deck lineup. It is 40 cards. It will be subject to change. I think this is a good way to learn the deck, get into it. But yeah. So for the extra, playing 2 Spright Elf. Card is insane. Like I said, this will be the one that during your turn you can bring back any level 2 or lower. Normally it's to bring back swap to send another part of the Frog engine to be able to go into Toad. Or during your opponent's turn you can bring back one of the colours that you might have had to link off or use, or just bring back the Toad after you've used the Toad negate. Playing the 1 Almirage, I didn't fully appreciate how good the Almirage engine is. If you've opened nothing else but Swap Frog and another level 2, or your play gets interrupted, you'll just link the Swap Frog off for the Almirage, bearing in mind you'll send the Ronin off the summon of the swap. Banish the swap, bring back the Ronin, go into Elf, because obviously it's level 2 and another monster, so it's a good way to get your plays going that way. For the other link to play Hack Firebrax, obviously, like I mentioned, and IP Masquerena. Now Hack Firebrax is pretty good because it can summon another tuner from the deck. But the main good thing about this is during your opponent's turn, you can tag this out for a synchro tuner, which would be this. So the idea is to try and let your opponent do stuff, or if you want a shotgun, you can do it. So the whole point is the help tags out for Desert Locust. Desert Locust will trigger during the turn, player discards a card, so it rips one. And then if you've got another level 2 that's spent or is a dupe frog potentially, you will then synchro using that and level 2 to go into a Omega, which will then rip another. So literally you could end up, you know, taking away your opponent's resources before they actually have a chance to do anything, or maybe one action. Bit degenerate, bit not fun. However, I'm trying it out. It probably won't stay this way, but this is how I want to run the deck for now. Don't have an access code at the moment, so I've had to put in Avramax. Goes well with the IP, the fact it can't be destroyed, and it's just a good boss monster. You know, it's just you need a big boss monster just in case your opponent has a big boss monster. I'll put the 2 synchros there, even though I've already mentioned them. So playing 2 Gigantic Spright, you know, standard, have to play it. Card's so good. It's just a shame it does get absolutely wrecked by Hoga. I am also playing Cat Shark and Centaurea. It's just a good way to get rid of untargetable monsters. It just bounces, doesn't do anything, and it's just the Cat Shark's good for OTKs. I'm only playing 1 Toad. I was considering playing 2, but I think 1 is okay for now. That's just my opinion. Obviously, if you weren't, these could be flex spots, so you could just cut these for another Toad, or maybe, well, I don't really know actually, maybe some more techie XEs, or some more links, maybe a unicorn if you wanted to, or unicorn and access code in case you want OTK. Or you know, there's also the Scythe lock where you can put TG Wonder Magician in as well. I like this for the time being. Obviously, this is also good for the gamma. If you gamma during your turn, you can quickly go into that and before you get rank locked. And the final 2 cards in the extra is Download and Zeus. You know, I find Spright doesn't have the best time going second, but if you can get into any rank 2 before you get rank locked, just attack over or do something and then go down to Zeus, clear the board. You know, it's just a bit of a plan B option. But yeah, that's the extra. I have got a side build. I won't spend too much time going on it because where are we at for the video? The video's already 13 minutes and I do tend to drone on. So in the sides, I'm currently running 3 evenly, 3 Dark Crawler, 3 a Pointer of the Red Lotus. Again, it goes with the hand rip. So you could essentially rip your opponent's entire hands if you're lucky enough to do so. 3 Twin Twisters, 2 Anti-Spell and a Reboot. I don't know how I feel about Nibiru at the moment, to be quite honest with you. I was trying to make room for Nibiru, but at this point in time, I feel like a lot of decks aren't really playing, well, not playing around Nibiru, but a lot of decks aren't really affected by it, you know, and if you do, you have to do multiple resources to actually get the Nibiru to stick. I would rather put some board breaker cards in and try and set up a board that they can't break afterwards, as well as some go first cards such as the Anti-Spell and the Pointer. Anti-Spell isn't as good as it was last format, but it does turn off the Mine straight away, you know, it does turn off the Dark Ruler, it just wipes your board. But yeah, I'm not going to go on too much about the extra. So let me know what you think. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Tell me I'm not a nice person for playing a hand rip variant of Spright. Just let me know what you think. I am going to do another Sword Soul profile. I was playing a lot of Sword Soul during the last format. Around the last time I did my Sword Soul profile. I will do an updated version for this game format. Spoiler, it's still good. It's just not the best or one of the best decks at the moment. I'll upload that hopefully later today or maybe tomorrow. But let me know what you think. If you did like the profile, please leave a like. Most importantly, just leave a comment. And if you didn't like it, leave a comment, tell me what you would change or what you don't like. But thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.